Hey everybody, you are tuning in to the Free Matt podcast. I am Matt Freemat. I know you guys haven't joined me in a while. If you see, I'm at the palatial digs of the crappily maintained bunker near the Mogadishu Downs, home of Mogadishu Matt, aka Matt Freemat from the Free Matt podcast. If you haven't noticed, General Flynn is not with me. We both have been on a hiatus due to health and work issues. And if you haven't noticed, the corona virus or COVID-19, which sounds like a heavy metal band, just want to give you guys a good heads up. We're still doing it, but we're on hiatus. Um, we have changed digs. We don't have the recording location we used to. And I've been out of the area, been busy, work, health, other problems, stuck indoors, exercising, growing the horseshoe out, other things that don't have a lot of impact on your lives. But I did want to segue. I had mentioned COVID-19. I wanted to ask you, as liberty minded people, what is your limit? What are you going to put up with? What would you. When are you going to stop? When are you going to stop putting up with what we have? You're stuck indoors. Some of you guys are completely stuck indoors. Some people can't go anywhere except for work. Some people are non-essential employees. There's people who, missing side hustles and their real jobs. Can't go to the restaurant. Can't put up with. When are you not gonna want to put up with it? Lately, I've been keeping busy, but there's a point where people are gonna want to go out to eat. They're gonna want to go to services, and even atheists like to go to the park and not have to worry about, hey, you're too close to somebody. You're not 6 feet away. I said, you're not going to want to put up with that. There's a point where you're not, well, hell, you don't want to be stuck at home. And how do you meet people? How do you have events? We used to go do spoken word, book signings, intelligent people things. Even folks like to go listen to music, watch movies in the park. Times we've had all sorts of gatherings, things like that. Watch the fights. I just saw the Wilder and Tyson Fury fight, and here's the thing: we can't do that now. Oh, well, you can watch the old ones on TV. No, not really. I prefer to go out. I prefer to see new ones. I prefer to watch UFC. I'm not a huge fan of basketball or football or even baseball, but I wish these guys could get back to doing what they're doing. Their job is professional athletes, and I hope to God they can go back to being athletes. And the thing is, people work at restaurants, need to get back to it. Cops need to go chase after people. I'm not a huge fan of cops, but cops are cops. That's their job. Uh, Even my work has not been the same. We had plans and we were supposed to do something completely different. Now we're stuck in the holding pattern. And here's the thing. Liberty-minded people, what is your limit? I know people are like, well, it's okay. It's the government. They care. And it's an emergency. Whose emergency? Is it your emergency? Your idea of an emergency might be completely different than mine. You running out of scotch might be your emergency. My splitting my hand open might be my emergency. I might scoff at yours. But the thing is, there's a point where you're gonna want to say screw the temporary security, and you're gonna want to go and deal with your rest of your life again. And there's a point where we're going to want to do that. I'm going to want to go to Vegas. I'm going to want to, shout out to my brothers in Mogadishu. I want to go visit Mogadishu. I want to fly halfway across the world and see a stranger. I want to go and hike. I want to go run. I want to do all sorts of things. I want to go back to the gym because I was lifting and I was doing damn good. And now it's kind of hurting. I've got to find ways around it. And look, I'm just asking you, liberty and libertarian-minded people, are you going to put up with it? When's your breaking point? We've already had it. I have sweet-talking politicians in this state that are, oh, your boy Donald Trump. Oh, he can never go wrong. He cares about you. And there's a point where you need to live your own life. What is that? Now, I was going to go back to what I had previously had mentioned about being on hiatus. It's flying buttress type up in the air. I'm hoping I could do a couple little small ones until we can get back to doing articles. But I just want food for thought. Really, what's your breaking point? Are you going to have liberty? Are you going to have where we can go back and hang out in the park? Can you go enjoy yourself? Have sex with women, have sex with men, have sex with both of them if that's your thing. There's a point. There's a point where you got to live your own life and be responsible for your own actions. I said, government can't do it all for you. Well, I am going to. We're gonna close on that note. I also wanted to mention, please feel free to subscribe. Feel free to subscribe. I'll put some contact information at the bottom. Leave some hateful comments if you want to. I should have my email address. You could send pictures of a butt cheek, or a busted ear, or a guy in a foam cowboy hat. Not that we need any of that, but I can enjoy the laugh. Please take care of yourself and feel free to tip your neighbor if your neighbor's a cow. Have a nice night.